I'm still backing in tight spaces. It ain't never gonna change. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Miles. I was looking back at my previous video where I put backing in tight spaces, and I was driving for night transportation. If y'all haven't seen that video yet, click the little card on the top so y'all can go check it out. I look back and I was like, man, that was a tight space at the time. Even with that, I've already experienced tighter spaces than that before, and it just comes with the territory. Some places are just going to be huge where you just got a lot of room in front of you, and some places are just going to be tight where there's like trucks beside you, they're not disconnecting, and you got to swing your trailer around them. There's going to be places that you come out here where there's no room in front of you because there's a trailer right there that's connected to a truck. You have no room to maneuver. That's why it's very, very, very important for you to get your practice in. I did another video where I entitled Practice Makes Perfect. I'll put another link up here on the top of this one as well. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It was a video where there was a driver and he was practicing in the parking lot. It was pretty empty parking lot, but he was getting his practice on. He was doing his alley docs and he was getting it. For me, I did a lot of practice, but my practice came when I was out here on the road by myself. I had no other choice. I just had to do it. I'm looking in front of me because I'm over here in Passaic at the Pilot, and it is tight up in here. I was down at the bottom of the Grapevine last night, shut down over there at the Petro, and I decided just to go ahead and make my little run up here this morning because I got a load tomorrow morning at 0600. But looking back at that video, I gotta say, man, I came a long way. It's no joke, man. You really, really, really have to take your time and understand backing, how your trailer moves, and how the turns on your tractor make your trailer move. Understand this right here. This right here, all this working to turn your tractor around is extra work to make your trailer move. What's gonna happen is you're gonna make a whole bunch of revolutions, and then you're gonna cause your trailer to move a big amount, and that's not what you want. What you need to do is make small motions, small moves, and give your trailer time to move. What that means you have to anticipate early. You have to anticipate early in advance. Let's say, for instance, you're backing into a space and your trailer is far out from hitting the space, but it's pointing at the space. So you're like, okay, I gotta hurry up and start bending it so I can swing my trailer into that spot. No, that's not what you do. What you do is you start making minute moves to start making that trailer bend. If you turn too much, you're going to make that trailer bend too aggressively. So when I say anticipate, you make small moves because you're farther out. That gives you time to see your trailer react. That gives you time to see your trailer bend. And then you make a small move back to correct it. Every turn that you make to put your trailer into a space is an anticipated move. Because remember, as your trailer is bending, it's still backing up, okay? It's still backing up. So it needs time to bend. This is the main reason why you see a lot of drivers hit the truck on their passenger side. I hate to, I'm gonna say this about this here. What's happening is the clouds is coming out, they're covering up the sun, then they're going back, so it's making my video look light and look dark. Let me turn some light on, hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. So what you're doing is you're moving too much, you're working too much. So again, you have to anticipate the move. You have to wait. So if you're backing into a spot and there's a truck on your passenger side and you haven't anticipated, you're starting to turn, and what's happening is your trailer is still going back in that direction towards that tractor on your right side. If you're already into the hole and you're still trying to anticipate, it's too late because your trailer is still going back. It's moving a little bit to the left to bend, but it's not bending that much. So what you have to do is you have to stop, pull back out of the hole, reposition the front of your tractor, and then do it again, but slowly, smaller turns, so you can make that trailer walk into that space, so you can bend around that tractor on your driver's side. Because the last thing you want to do is hug that driver's bumper right there on your driver's side, and you don't want to drive in too deep and run your trailer doors into the side of that driver's tractor on your passenger side. So I've learned a lot, but what you have to do is you have to take into account that you're always learning. You have to always keep learning. You have to always critique your skill. You have to get better and better and better. Just like when I pulled up in here, there was a spot right here. There's a tractor trailer parked right in front of me. I'll show y'all here in a second. So what I had to do was, when I left the fuel out, I swung out wide, I came around, and it's not a lot of space. So I came around because what I needed to do is my tractor was here, but my trailer was still here. So I needed to give time for my trailer to catch up with my tractor as much as I could. So I had to go in, and I went in close to the trucks parked on my left side or on my driver's side, and then I went out just a little bit on a bend, just a little bit, and I bend just a little bit, and I went farther up. This is things you learn. I went farther up because I know I needed room, I needed time to bend my trailer, and I didn't need to bend it aggressively. I wanted to bend it in small increments. I wanted to walk it back. So as I bent it, I was out a little bit. So as I bent it, start bending it, as it got its bend, I got out of it, and I started getting right back behind the trailer again, because I wanted to walk it in, and I was anticipating where my tandems were at, because that's where I wanted to start turning just a little bit to start bending my trailer into this hole. So you have to pay attention to stuff like that. The trailer that's in front of me, he ain't moving, he's asleep. So I didn't want to knock on the door and go wake him up. I left him right there because I knew that I can get around him without hitting the side of his trailer. So, you know, I've learned a lot, and you will too when you come out here and do your own thing. It just takes a little bit of time, a lot of patience, a lot of practice. Like I said in one of my other videos, if you sitting back and you at a shipper or a receiver and it's really empty and they got a lot of space, let's say if you drive around the side of it and there's nobody there, and it's like they got a lot of space there, especially when you dropping hooks and you see some of your trailers and there are a lot of spaces in there, that's the ideal time to get your practice in. But what you don't want to do is be in such a rush and mistakenly or haphazardly damage a trailer that's already there. If you can't get into that spot, this is either time for you to stop, pull up, reposition yourself. Not only that, practice, get out and look. It's still the same. Although I'm almost 3 years into this industry or into this career move, I still practice, get out and look. Even if I'm in a spot where there's a lot of trucks and the trucks behind me, you know what? I'm not just gonna hurry up and pull off so somebody else can get the spot. If I gotta shut down, I gotta shut down. So I gotta do it safely though. So I get out, look, I look on my driver's side, I walk around, I look on my passenger side and make sure that I'm real far away from that driver over there and that I have enough room on my driver's side to swing, and then I proceed on. If my front is still tight, I still get out and look. If it's too tight, I pull back up, reposition myself, and I do it. You know why? This is still a part of learning. It's still a part of learning. Practice makes perfect. Anyway, man, I hope y'all like this video. Don't forget, man, to like and subscribe, and if you have a comment, go ahead and post it, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. For each one, teach one. If God be for you, who can be against you? Nobody. Y'all take care. Bye.